screen too, and like we'll just have the score go on in the background. So Brandon, thanks for hopping in. Sorry for the technical difficulties, and I'll get everything going right now.
Hey, no problem. Happy to be here.
So, what do you think about the World Series? Interesting battle we got going on.
Sure seems like pitching has ruled the day. I mean, there's been some power, obviously some huge home runs by Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, but in general, it's been just a very competitive, fun series. We're 4 games in, game 5 tonight, and all we can hope for, it's a best of 3 the rest of the way. So that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. I think the Phillies are a big underdog, but they've kind of taken it to the Astros. And then yesterday, the Astros strike back and they no-hit them, and they're showing why they're and where they are too, how good that pitching staff is. I was saying the only 2 pitchers that pitched badly for the Astros is Verlander and McCullers, really, and then they gave up 1 homer in Game 1. Other than that, they've all been shut down.
And I don't understand, we were talking off air. I don't really get why Verlander has not pitched well in the World Series in his career. We talk about the narrative, and it's really come up more this season than before. But I think everybody kind of felt like it was Clayton Kershaw that was the big name pitcher who couldn't pitch in October of the World Series, and instead it's Justin Verlander. So it's just kind of funny how the narrative changes on a year-by-year basis.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I spoke before the World Series about Verlander could be an issue in the World Series. And someone was no, he'll be his normal self. I'm like, look at the numbers that's taking place. He's like, that won't matter this year. I'm like, you got to watch for it. And then he gets jumped in Game 1.
Yeah, what is he, 0-6?
Yeah, I mean, it's a story. You can't say it's a small sample size now. I mean, it's 30 innings, but they're 1-7 and it starts as a team too, whatever team he's been on.
It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And I don't know if you remember this. I think it was 2014, but the Tigers got swept. And if I'm not mistaken, it was like Verlander, Scherzer, and Price. And like,
Yeah,
who better? And they had Anibal Sanchez that year. They had Rick Porcello that year. If I'm remembering correctly, I mean, just a
right.
formidable. Yeah, 1-5, and just did not accomplish anything in that October. So I don't know, man. This Philly team has kind of that grungy October vibe where you can kind of get behind them. Certainly, they spend plenty of money. It's they have a higher payroll than Houston, but I just get that vibe that the 87 win team is America's team right now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Everyone wants Philly to get the win, and I'm trying to set up the little score thing too as we do this and like get the streams re-going. But yeah, everyone's rooting for Philly for not an Astro fan base, I would think at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, and I think people still don't really like the Astros from the 2017 stuff. And
Yeah,
there aren't that many Astros left over. It's what, Bregman, Gurriel, and Altuve. I think that's pretty much it.
yeah, and I think and McCullers and Verlander obviously, but like, yeah, there's only 5 total. I think we just named the 5, so it's not a lot left from there. I think it's not a likable team, obviously, because everything they did. Like, it's not like it's a team that people are going to cheer for if they don't like them already. Then it's not like a team that people get behind. Basically, after everything
No,
that's happened.
not at all. And besides that, for Minnesota fans, they eliminated the Twins in 2020. So Twins fans have no love for the Houston Astros whatsoever. So it's pretty universal, though. I don't know if you'll find anywhere outside of Houston. But Houston's fans, you need to be careful online. Houston's fans
I
are
know. Oh,
intense.
they've got after us before, obviously, with our Yankee ties.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
no
Yeah.
strangers to them. But I mean, I will defend some I've met in person. They're a lot better than people you'll see online because, Twitter's Twitter. But like, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a battle of bullpens, probably. Syndergaard is not going to last too long. We already know. We'll see how Verlander could weather the storm. He's calmed down after that solo shot. He's going to walk Harper. So we'll see. He seems to be susceptible to the home run ball, too. Even in the normal season when he's pitching well, he kind of gives up a few homers here and there.
Well, and part of it, Houston, it plays a little bit small, but it's going to be curious to see how they manage it as far as, with Syndergaard, I think he'll probably go through twice. But does Verlander get that third trip through the order? Does he get to start the third time through? If he's cruising, let's say in the sixth inning or fifth inning, which is a lot. That's a lot of ifs. But I'm always curious because you watch games in the regular season and they manage them way differently than they do in October, and then it takes a whole, like, each playoff series, it takes another level of difference in how you manage it. You manage for today, when in a 162 game season you have to manage for like 3 days ahead, 3 days behind in terms of bullpen usage and all that. You leave nothing out on the field. Or you leave everything out on the field. You leave nothing in the gas tank. So, we'll see what happens. It's why this time of year is just a great time to be a baseball fan.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And the Phillies are an interesting. Like, it's hard to say they're an underdog story, but they are because of win disparity, because of all the money they spent. Like the Bryce Harper's, like the high payroll. They have a higher payroll, like you said. But they were the third best team in the NL East. Like, no, they weren't expected by anyone to get to this point. Like, everyone thought the Braves and Mets were much better, and they go well past both of them, and they beat the Braves head to head. So it has been a fascinating run for Philly. Even if it falls up short, I think there's a lot of things that could be happy with. And the job that Rob Thompson's done has been incredible. After Girardi couldn't seem to get it together.
And it's really hard to believe that this is a team that fired their manager earlier in the season. It's just it's really hard to believe that is a thing. And two, they did have a good trade deadline as far as picking up Brandon Marsh, who's batting ninth tonight, and they got Syndergaard. They did a lot of things.
Yeah. Did they add any relievers during the deadline? I'm trying to remember. Robertson, right? They got D-Rob.
David. Yeah, that's a guy you should be very familiar with.
Yep, of course. And it really made me feel good to see him close out game one. I think a lot of Yankee fans took a small victory in that. That was a fun moment for us. And we want to see him succeed, especially against the Astros.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's dual levels there. And I feel like I think there's still a lot of love for him in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do. I know some people don't love the playoff share situation, but most fans even talk about bringing him back. Like, I would have taken him back because there was a lot of times this year we needed bullpen help. It was the conversation that came up. Like, I've seen most people have taken him back, and I'm really surprised he's still pitching as effectively since he's been injured a little bit, and a few other things that have happened in his age now.
Yeah, you got to kind of reinvent yourself as the game goes on, and it's funny we're talking about that. We're watching Verlander pitch here, and he's like, you can't really say he reinvented himself because he threw hard, and then he went through that lull for a while in Detroit where he was just kind of decent, but he got back to just throwing hard again, like in his late 30s. And it's incredible how so many guys have that lull and never come back. You think of like Felix Hernandez right now, Tim Lincecum, there's more guys that aren't coming to mind here off the top of my head. But the two guys, Lincecum and Felix, really come to mind for me. And it's just incredible. You cannot say enough about how Verlander has reinvented himself by just somehow getting back to what he did in his 20s 16 years ago or 15 years ago when he debuted.
Yeah, I know. And it's really crazy because he's been through three different decades. Like, he was like 2006, showing the picture of like all his transformation, and it's been 3 decades of failure in the World Series for the most part. Unless we could write the script tonight, which makes it even crazier because he hasn't really reinvented himself, like you said. He hasn't lost too much stuff really. He's still throwing pretty hard. His breaking stuff's still there, even with the Tommy John the age. Like, he just continues to defy all of it, except in the World Series for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm curious what his free agency is going to look like because he's at a certain age. He's going to opt out, almost guaranteed. What does Houston want to do? They've kind of let guys go. The George Springer, Carlos Correa. I'm trying to think of who else I'm missing here, but they've had some defection from good players. Zach Greinke left at some point, and Garrett Cole. Obviously you're very familiar with Garrett Cole, but they have not been shy about letting guys go and letting young guys fill in. And we've seen with Christian Javier, even just last night, who was incredible. Framber Valdez. Lots of young guys. Brian Abreu. They've got so many young guys, which is just a testament to their scouting department. And so we'll see if Verlander is not long for Houston. It's hard to say where he'll end up, but it's going to be fun to watch.
I think they're going to end up keeping him. It seems like that's the one guy they're not going to get away. I don't know. Last year there was some Yankee talk, and we ended up coming up short because the loyalty to Jim Crane and all that. Like, I feel like he just wants to stay there. I think the Astros will make it work. Maybe not even that high. It's like something that suits him, like 25, 30 a year, like 1 or 2 years, probably 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 40, so I can't see it being more than 2 at this point, probably. He probably wants more than 1, so maybe like a 2 for 60 or something.
Well, and it would kind of be like Kershaw going year to year with the Dodgers, or for a Yankees example, didn't Kuroda do that? Hiroki Kuroda kind of went year to year with the Yankees there at the end.
He was good for us too. I forget about that. The Yankees weren't good back then, but he was like their best pick. He was like one of their better pitchers stretch. Those were the dark ages. We didn't really make the playoffs. Like that was our transitional period between like some different stuff going on. So I feel like Kuroda gets forgotten about a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of reliable, but didn't light up the gun, and there's good command and just
exactly.
the kind of guy you'd love to have be your like number 3 starter.
Yeah, he was steady. He was really steady.
So, have you been to a game in Philly? If you have,
I have actually.
I mean, the regular season's a different beast, but can you walk me through what a game is like in that city? Because I feel like the fans are, for lack of a better way to put it, like rabid.
Yeah, it's like it's tough to compare it now because although I can say some things. I mean, I've been to that ballpark like 2 times recently. Last year I went to Yankees Phillies, so I got a little taste of it, but nothing compared to this right now. It's a fun atmosphere. They're very into it. There was a lot of trash talking going on between the Yankee and Philly fans. They got the better of us the day I went. They dominated us. Noah actually pitched a gem that day, but they are very into it. Philly's a very passionate sports city, and they're definitely showing that during this postseason. And the home field advantage they've had has been incredible. So that energy is definitely getting transferred to the players and like the whole team. It seems like.
Are we at a pivotal moment here in the game? I mean,
yeah,
you talk about
you
look back on a game and you see turning points, and sometimes it can be hard to pick them out as they're kind of come up on you and they kind of snowball. This feels like one that snowballed where it's very, very obvious. And, it's 0-2, 2 outs, but the bases are loaded. Like this is go time.
Yeah,
this is a 1-2. I didn't see that.
This is a huge spot for sure. And this can be like I always like looking back at games. I feel like there's a couple turning points. This is definitely one of them. Stanek's already warming up. Verlander in the second inning has it just shows how bad the World Series have been for him. Because they said Dusty's going to have a quick hook. Already warming up. He's not going to have. He's not going to be messing around. Really, he can't afford to risk it because this is the pivotal game 5. Because if Philly goes up 3-2, they can easily win the series. But if they go down 3-2 and have to go back to Houston, they're probably done. Although the one X factor is Zach Wheeler is dealing with fatigue apparently, so I don't know what's going to happen with the game 6 in a couple of days. And Verlander got out of it on cue, of course.
Still, though, I mean,
his pitch is up to 40. Like, does he even see the 5th inning? I don't know. I'm not sure.
He might not even see the 3rd inning the way it looks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. He'll probably get through 3 at least, but maybe we'll see what happens.
The biggest issue is coming back facing 3, 4, 5 next inning. Do you let him do that?
Yeah, I'm sure they will because it's only been 2 innings. But I guess if he gets in trouble, they'll have to think. Because I think if Hoskins got a big hit, they might have pulled him. Maybe I'm guessing that's how Stanek was going.
The Philly batting order is fascinating because having a guy like Segura and Marsh in the bottom spots is just it's a luxury. It's such a nice balance to that batting order. And then you started off with Schwarber, who I mean, he might be the new Mr. November. I don't want to talk heretically about someone who watched Derek Jeter play a lot, but or with somebody who saw Derek Jeter play. But man, Schwarber he really seems built for these moments too, and it's incredible.
Yeah, He's been a beast. I mean, he has a homer in all 7 series he's played in. He's hit a homer in every single postseason series now it's possible in the American League and National League. He always shows up in the moments. Like we think back 2016 when he was injured, he came back, he helped the Cubs win the World Series, and then ever since then, wherever he's been big. Boston too. He played well last year with them in the playoffs a little bit. So he's just he's a beast.
Well, and he had that ACL back in 2015, I think. So
Yeah.
that's why he doesn't. Well, part of the reason he doesn't catch anymore. Part of it's just he wasn't a very good catcher. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in all fairness to him, he tried basically every position, and I think they settled him at first base or the outfield. So
yeah,
it's I remember when he was in the left fielder too a little bit, and then first, and then catching, and then I think in the Cleveland series he was only able to DH. I think that's why those games were so big in Cleveland because he couldn't play the field. This is before the universal DH, of course.
mm-hmm.
And the thing that the universal DH is that Bryce Harper wouldn't even be doing what he's doing this year at the universal DH. So I think it's been a big success so far.
Right.
I think he's going to be a big example of why it was used because he's really the Phillies season wouldn't be the same if they didn't have the universal DH because Harper wouldn't have been able to play. They probably
Right.
would have made the postseason, and then you don't see them here, obviously.
Well, and they don't have the luxury of putting a guy like that at first base with Rhys Hoskins on their team. So you can't go, you can't hide a guy at first base when you've got a stud at first base. It's like if you were with the Mets.
And they already have Castellanos and Schwarber, who aren't the best defenders either.
Yeah. It's like if you're the Mets, you can't hire like Dominic Smith because you've got Pete Alonso. So it's, square peg, hole kind of thing.
Exactly. It's interesting lineup construction with that and how the UNH has already impacted the National League teams.
I see the comment on the screen too. If Verlander can't win again, I don't think he's going to last the 5 innings needed to get the win.
Yeah, they might not even give him that leash unless he really settles in. I don't know. Queen innings probably and even get a chance.
Well, if he gets through 3, 4, 5, they're going to let him go a while, I think, or not a while, but 3, 4, 5, they'll give him the bottom of the order again, I think. But you never know with Dusty. Dusty's he's a wily old baseball man. He knows what he's doing. He's got experience. He's very few things he hasn't seen on a baseball field. Let's just say that.
Exactly. That's the thing with
it's kind
Dusty
of cool
Baker.
though.
That's a factor too.
Well, it's cool to see the tactical differences between for all intents and purposes, a rookie manager against one of the most experienced ones. I think what's Dusty's probably behind LaRussa, who obviously is not active anymore. But
Yeah,
I don't think anybody else has managed more games. Maybe Buck Showalter.
It says something about I just saw a stat come up about ninth manager to win the pennant in both leagues. I think that's what it just said.
Incredible.
Which is really interesting. Buck is
Yeah.
up there. Dusty probably has some games on Buck, I would think, because Buck's been at it for I don't know, maybe it's close. I think Dusty probably is more though.
Buck's first year was 92 with the Yankees, if I'm not mistaken, and he went to the Diamondbacks for a while, took some time off, did the Orioles for a while, took some time off. I think Dusty took some time off, so I don't know. They're probably fairly close.
Yeah, and I think that Buck, Dusty and Buck, they both have the distinction of not being able to win a big game. And Dusty in 2002 made some bad mistakes across the Giants, and he was also I thought it was interesting how they were both the two teams to blow a 5-run lead, and he was managing both of them. That's not a great thing to be attached to, obviously.
Nope.
So he needs to get over that hump. And this is huge for him. He might not get a chance like this again. We don't. I mean, the Astros have been good, but we don't know if they're going to make it back again. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen.
Right. Especially with Seattle on the upswing, and the East is always going to be tough. Someone coming out of the East is going to be tough.
They
never
can't
guaranteed.
seem to get Are we quiet again?
No. I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Okay, yeah, I think we're good now. Syndergaard's doing well. I don't know how long they'll let him go, but he might be going more than 3 innings that they were saying if he keeps this up.
Yeah, I'll be curious what happens with him. He's a free agent too, so
He's stretched
um,
out too, so he could go. He could provide length if they feel like he's good enough to do it.
yeah, it's the pivotal fifth game. Whoever wins this one, you're one win away after that. I mean, obviously, simple math dictates that, but one win away. Who's it going to be? You know, Philly at home. You got to like your chances, but both these teams are battle tested to this point. Philly going through Atlanta and San Diego, and the Mets before that, right?
Yeah.
So the only real part of the gauntlet they didn't face was the Dodgers, and the Dodgers got taken care of beforehand. Um, they're battle tested, man, and this Astros team has been to the playoffs for years and years and years. So I love the contrast, I love the similarities, and I just think it would be hard to draw up a more interesting, compelling series.
And for some reason, this is what I was going to say before. I don't know what it is against the Astros with these NL East teams that they should be better than. They just have a hard time in the World Series. Nationals, Braves, now Phillies. What's next? The
Yep.
Mets and Marlins with them? Like imagine, but like.
I don't know about the Marlins. They've got the pitching, but the Mets I could see.
Yeah, the Mets aren't too far off. Someone was making a joke that the Astros were shaking in their boots of an 86-win Marlin team sneaking into the playoffs. Like, there was a tweet about it I was laughing about. That's why I kind of said that joke.
I don't know about that, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting. But, yeah, I mean, how do you view the Astros if they lose the World Series again? Like, they're definitely not a dynasty, but they're dominant because you'll be 1-3 in the World Series, and the one World Series is tainted. Like, I don't know how that would be viewed.
Yeah, I mean, and what's the future going to look like? Because they've got some young guys. Jeremy Pena looks very interesting. Won the Gold Glove, more than capably replaced Correa. But Altuve's getting up there. Will Verlander be back? They're going to have some young pitching, but they're going to be in transition. And if they win this World Series, though, I don't want to say it'll make 2017 more legitimate, but I think it will quiet some of it. I think sometimes too people people are just kind of going to say what they're going to say. But if they win this one, I think you got to be like, okay, I got to shut up just a little bit if I'm saying 2017 was tainted,
Right.
which it
I think
was.
yeah, obviously it was. But like I think that I think that I'm kind of in that mode that like I'm well over it at this point, but they made 6 straight ALCSs, so it still shows they're really good, even if they can't
Yeah.
finish the job fully. But they don't have that title to validate the fact that they can't win fully when it's not tainted though. Like that's what they're still looking for. And if they get it
Yeah.
here, I'm like, yeah, it does quiet some of the noise of the last 5 years.
And it's hard because you look at the decade of the 2010 to 2019, and the best team record wise was the Dodgers, and they didn't win a World Series in that span. And the
And the only
Yankees have
world
been one. Same with the Yankees for the AL side.
yeah, frustrating stuff over here. But
Mm-hmm.
for the but for the Dodgers, their only World Series is a shortened season. So how legit is that? You could question that too.
Right.
And yep, and the Yankees haven't won in 13 years. They've lost 5 ALCSs in the process, and that hasn't been any fun either, really. But um, it is interesting how you look at the teams that have the setup and they just can't get it done. It's like the Braves back in the day, like when I was growing up. 14
Mm-hmm.
division championships, 1 World Series, and that's a large part because of the Yankees and some other things too. But it's just sometimes you just can't put the finishing touch. Like, how do you get all the way through? Like, you're really good, but you're not good enough to execute the ends.
Cleveland had some teams like that too that were just stacked. Where like Manny Ramirez and Jim Thome are hitting in the bottom half of the order. So it's part of it's circumstance, part of it's luck, part of it is just making the most of your opportunities. You kind of mix it all together, and that's what is the secret sauce to win the World Series. And I haven't seen one in Minnesota since I would have been 5 years old. So I haven't really seen one. So hopefully someday.
Yeah, I mean, I was 17 when the Yankees won it, so I'm a little bit lucky with that. I mean, it's been a while still, but
Mm-hmm.
when I was like 5, they would have like 3, I think, at that point or something. So I didn't see like the early ones, unfortunately. But
Right. Right.
it's cool, and I'm trying to get this Twitter link out. My computer's so slow. That's part of the reason why we had this issue. But all I'm trying to do is just tweet the link for this. But I haven't fit
Yeah,
over here today. But
yeah.
we'll get it out there. I appreciate you hopping on and everything. It's definitely been fun. And so, what do you feel about Carlos Correa's free agency? Let's transition. Do have a twin
Um,
so
yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance he's gonna come back, but I don't think it's extraordinarily likely. But I didn't think they'd sign him in the first place either. So
no one, you're not alone
they
with
need they,
it.
yeah, they need to do something at shortstop. It's just a matter of, are they going to shoot for the sky, or are they going to do something like Elvis Andrus and then wait for Royce Lewis to get healthy? But if they do that, then they got to sign a really good starting pitcher like, I don't know, Carlos Rodon or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think the Correa sweepstakes is going to be interesting. How do you think he liked his time in Minnesota? Do you think he enjoyed playing there for the year?
It sure seemed like it. I mean, based on everything he said, you put a microphone in someone's face, they're not going to say they didn't enjoy it. But yeah, I think he did. And I think having that year with him gives you a leg up. But does that make you the favorites to sign him? Ultimately, it's whoever's going to give him $300 million for 10 years, plus or minus a few million here or there, and a few years here or there. Whoever comes with the money is going to get the guy.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I know there was definitely a lot of disappointment in Minnesota. Like, how surprised were you with the second half and how the Guardians took off and kind of just took the division? And the Minnesota kind of had a lot of things going on. They just couldn't really get it together. It seemed like they underachieved with the talent they had. I know there were some injuries in hand too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, they went into the deadline, they did everything they needed to do, and then everything just fell apart. It was just kind of a perfect storm of everything that could go wrong did, with injuries. And, Jorge Lopez didn't pitch that well down the stretch. Michael Fulmer was all right. He was decent. And everything just kind of unraveled like a ball of yarn at the end. And it was one of the more frustrating seasons that I've watched of the Twins in recent memory, because I like the roster. If it's healthy, I like the roster. The problem is they had one of, if not the most, games missed by players, and that they brought a different trainer in. They brought in the guy from Oakland, Paparesta. So we'll see. Oakland was pretty good about injuries this year. We'll see if he can bring that with him, because then they have a pretty good chance to get back to the top.
Yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, the White Sox are a mess. I think they just hired a new manager, but it seems like they underachieved a lot. Um,
Yeah.
it was a Royals coach they hired, or a Blue Jays coach. I'm trying to think.
Pedro Grifol. Yeah, he's the bench coach from the Royals.
Okay, yeah, well, it's Royals. There we go. That's an interesting hire. And then I feel like the Guardians. It depends. I feel like they could take a step back. I think depending on like how things go, because I'm really
Mhm.
questioning how much they're going to be willing to add to the team, because they seem gun shy with spend money, unfortunately, for their sake. But their talent is there. It's just that offense is so anemic. Like, you can't win with that. Like, that's not sustainable. Like, they're gonna have to fix that somehow. They played over their
A lot of
heads.
bloopers, jam shots, and that sort of thing, and you
Hey,
just
they
can't
they
get by
nickled
with
and dimed us to death. That's the only reason we even got game 5 games, because they blew singles and then like some bad bullpen decisions and management too. But like, they're not great, obviously.
No, it's annoying. It's annoying watching Cleveland play baseball.
Yeah, we got to figure that out the hard way, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
same.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. How about Bryce Harper? He's really making Yankee fans pretty sick right now.
Yeah, I mean, they would have really liked to land him, but I don't know, man. I'm surprised he landed in Philly, but he's been everything they could have asked for and more.
Yeah, definitely the emphasis on the end more.
Yeah.
He wanted
So,
them. Oh, go ahead.
when do you have the next guest hop?
Um, well, the lineup kind of got a little deconstructed, so
Yeah,
honestly, we're pretty open right now. I got to see if there's someone I'm waiting on the text.
yeah.
Um, let me see. We actually might have Jeff Fry come in. He was in here the other day.
Oh yeah, I had him on my podcast.
Yeah, he's a friend to the show and the company and everything. So he was nice
Nice.
to have on here. So now we're open. I guess it depends on your schedule. I mean, I'll be
Well,
watching
I
the game.
I just had a pizza delivered, so yeah, I got to feed my wife here in a little bit.
All right, yeah. Well, we can probably close it down at the end of the inning if that works too. I think there's like two more outs.
Yeah, that'd be great because we got a baby coming in a week. I'm trying to keep her fed and rested.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the time you gave me. I'm sorry about the glitch with the screen and everything. Wasn't the smoothest thing hopping on, but we could definitely connect for
No
some
worries.
off-season content for sure. You know, I always enjoy having you on the podcast and everything. It's going to be a crazy off-season.
For sure. No, and I love coming on. I like the passion. It's it's hard to find people passionate about baseball that just keep going at it and going at it, and you guys do a great job.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And you always provide good insights with the league. And I like getting perspectives like how you feel because I want to get outside the Yankees bubble. I don't want to just do Yankee stuff. So I feel like it's good to connect with other people. And you could give me an outside view of like how you view the team. Like, am I right about this? Am I wrong
Hmm.
about this? And all that. So it's cool.
Well,
So,
and you can also ask about like the perception of the Yankees from the outside too, because
mhm.
it's hard for us to be real sad that a 100-win team didn't do well in the playoffs, but at the same time too, I could see it being frustrating for Yankees types when um it's just you have such higher expectations.
Yeah, I know. It's like I feel for you too because the Twins always get there and they don't go anywhere, but then we get like the next step, but we don't go all the way. So in a way, it's like we're both dissatisfied about different things.
Well,
It's
I was a first year college student the last time the Twins won a playoff game.
oh
So,
wow,
um,
that's
and I'm an
tough.
old man. I'm an old man now. So,
No, I feel a lot better now. I'm sorry about that.
yeah, they beat the Yankees on October. I think it's October 5th, 2004, if I'm not mistaken. And it was Johan Santana, and that's the last playoff game the Twins have won. It was as of a few days ago, like 6,800 days ago. Like it was 6,800 days, I think, as of like 3 days before this. So just an astonishing level of futility.
And now it's like us, like the Yankees own the Astros. I mean, other way, Astros own the Yankees. Yankees own Twins. We can't get past Houston. You can't get past us. It's
And
just
in the
God.
meantime, the Astros took care of the Twins in 2020. So, um, yeah, it's just how it always
They're
seems to
threatening
be.
again. Verlander's not looking good. Bomb just got a hit too. You might be right. I don't even think he's going to be in line for this win.
No, no, I don't think so either. 53 pitches. I mean, you'd want to ride him for pitch count, but you can't. I know he's a workhorse, but you just you can't. You can't let him go to a point where he puts you in a 3-1, 4-1 hole, and especially against this Phillies offense in Philadelphia and in front of these fans, not a good idea. Not a
And,
good idea at all.
and I don't think flipping them the Burrow is a good idea for him either, especially with how bad he's been pitching.
It's bad mojo, man. It's
No,
bad karma.
it's a jam shot. It looked good. It looked good for a second, but yeah, he jammed Scott up. So one thing before you go,
Yeah.
are you gonna be at the are you gonna be at the winter meetings?
Nah, no, I'm gonna have a lot going on with the new baby, so we're not traveling anytime soon.
That makes good sense. Yeah, because I'm gonna hop over there. I think so. I will
Well,
definitely connect it. But
I'll
actually, do you
live
ever come? Oh, go ahead.
I'll live vicariously through you then.
Do you ever have you ever been to Yankee Stadium before?
The old one, not the new one.
If you ever come to the new ones, definitely let me know. And if I ever make the trip to Minnesota, I'm totally gonna hit you up.
You got it. I love that.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. This was fun. Once again, sorry for the glitch, but we'll be
No
connecting
worries.
soon. Everyone, check out Brandon Warren and stuff. He works on Access Twins. He does a great job. One of my favorites for sure.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you, and we'll see who ends up winning this game.
You bet.
All right, so that was some good stuff from Brandon. He's one of my favorite guys to get on. Always has great perspective on stuff. All right, so we're 1-1 in the fourth. Syndergaard pitching into the fourth. Yeah, Philly's got to get it. Hopefully they get it in six. Is exactly what I want. Yeah, this might be it for Syndergaard. Oh my god, I called it! You gotta be kidding me! I knew Pena was gonna hit a homer! There goes Syndergaard. Let's see. The Phillies will have chances though. Verlander's not pitching that well. That was a terrible pitch right down the middle. That might be gone. Let me get the radio on here. Yeah, exactly. Just do one good inning. Brogdon settling in. Okay, I'll lower it. Yeah, he's a beast. And he gets Goriel to grab it, so 2-1 fourth, but damaging inning. Break time. He got him by a step. Verlander's starting to get dialed in. Schwarber did have the bomb on Verlander. So let's see. He's walked against him also, so he's seeing the ball well. Let's see. It's 2-1 after 4 now. Phillies got to get something going, but they got time. With break time. It's 2-1 going into the fifth. Let's see if Philly can get it going. All right, the Phillies got to hold it right here. Very important job for Brogdon.
These are some serious speakers. Yes. Hensley struck out his first time up. A 298 hitter at AAA this year, an on-base percentage of 420. And it went 10 for 29 in the last few weeks of the regular season with the big club. The first time he had appeared in the major leagues as he swings and fouls one back 0-1. I'll tell you, the speakers at Dodger Stadium, very loud. This might match it.
I think
This might match it.
I think Alvarado's warming up.
The Dodgers this year, so you'd be the expert on this, but I think the Phillies have risen to Dodger Stadium noise level. The 0-1 and a swing and a foul back 0-2. You know what? You know what we sound like, Eddie, right now? Oh, that's what we sound.
I was going to say.
I was going to go Shea Stadium. That would have been really. Oh, that yeah. I just mean like complaining about the noise. Get off my lawn, and you know. Jess loves it. She's bopping around.
It's the most engaging fan music. Walk-up songs, they know them, they're singing them. Reminds me of KBO games.
0-2. And that one is just down, just low for ball one to Hensley. A little bit of Robbie G. 2-1 Astros leading here in the fifth inning. Andrew Bellotti, the right-hander, with the left-hander, Jose Alvarado, are both up in the bullpen right now for the Phillies. The wheels are turning. The 1-2, a swing and a miss. Brogdon gets him. He's got 4 outs, so they've all been strikeouts.
Brogdon's cooking.
Went with the changeup, righty on righty. Again, not a lot of production from the designated hitting spot for the Houston Astros. Chas McCormick, the batter now, hit a fly ball to right field his first time up. Talked about it, the native of Westchester, PA, about 30 miles west of here, a Phillies fan as a kid. And the pitch from Brogdon, swung on, bounced down to third, backhanded by Bohm, hooks it over, throws, and gets it. 2 down. Are you a look-it-over guy in third? Is that just to get a grip? Yeah, good footwork, and he understood he had enough time, and that's okay. He's playing just a couple steps behind the bag, and as soon as he sees a hop, he actually moved a couple steps back to play the bounce. It made it look a lot easier, and then knew where McCormick was, make sure that he got the good grip and throw to Hoskins. So 2 down, here's Martin Maldonado, who hit a fly ball to center his first time up. He's the number 9 hitter for the Astros tonight. The shift on for the Phillies. Houston up 2-1 in the fifth. And they'll take one high, ball 1. These are big outs that Brogdon is getting for Rob Thompson and the Phillies right now. 1-0 the count as Maldonado taps the plate once, looks out to the mound. Brogdon comes set. And here comes the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Pretty good looking cut right there. Maldonado visibly frustrated with himself that he didn't turn that one around. Looks like the top hand came off the bat. Notice that the bottom hand came off the bat on the swing. Bellotti has now sat down for the Phillies as Brogdon's working his way through the right-handed batters. Alvarado is still up, presumably if it gets to Alvarez. Set, and the 1-1, and there's a swing and a miss on the ball up.
Brogdon struck out all 5.
And they're getting to their feet again here at Citizens Bank Park. Boy, have they been having some fun this month. The 6th seed. The 1 swung on and missed. What an outing by Brogdon. Scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts. We go to the coming up down 2-1. This is the World Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by AutoZone.
10th ranked LSU welcomes to 6th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Dr. Pepper. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on your smart speaker.
Coming up Friday, we will have a full breakdown of Phillies and Astros Game 5 and get you set for Week 9 in the NFL. Keyshawn J. Willimax, Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Houston and Philadelphia take center stage on Thursday night with the Eagles taking on the Texans on Thursday Night Football. And, of course, the critical Game 5 of the World Series will be the place to talk about it Friday. It's great, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
From the first pitch of the wild card,
The pitch
to the final out of the World Series.
3-0-2. Swing and a miss. And it is over. And the celebration has started as they jump and down to the grass and back to the pitcher's mound.
Every pitch of Major League Baseball's postseason on ESPN Radio. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on your smart speaker. Individual results vary.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. See better and stay safe on the road with our visibility event. Right now, you can earn up to $20 in bonus rewards when you buy a pair of Rain-X Quantum wiper blades and Sylvania Silverstar Ultra headlights. Take advantage of the rewards from October 31st until November 13th, in-store or on AutoZone.com. Get in zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Offer available to AutoZone Rewards members. Why wait to save? Dell Technologies Black Friday event arrives early with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 48% off performance business PCs powered by 12th gen Intel Core processors. Don't Forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL. 877-ASK-DELL.
You're listening to the World Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Bottom of the fifth inning here in Game 5 in Philadelphia with Eduardo Perez and Jess Mendoza. I'm Dan Schulman. And boy, are we having fun bringing you the World Series on ESPN Radio. What a good series it's been.
Let's see. The Phillies got to get something going. This is going to be the big inning. See if Verlander can get through it.
Out there for the fifth, and now it is Hector Neris who is up in the bullpen, not Brian Abreu. So Hector Neris is throwing. So here's one change already, guys. Unlike a couple of times earlier in the series, even if Dusty doesn't make a move, they've got somebody up in case things change fast. So he can make a quicker move. Remember, Verlander, or McCullers, I should say, it was looking good, and then blast all of a sudden. As the first pitch to Hoskins, he swung on and missed 0-1. So obviously, they're at least being a little bit more pro.
Damn, Verlander's getting in it.
Clear lanes that you know this is when each bullpen pitcher's slot is coming up. Be ready.
The 0-1 to Hoskins. We'll take outside ball one. This is a big inning. I mean, they're all big innings. But this is Hoskins, Real Muto, and Harper. And so again, I'll ask you the hypothetical question, guys, because Neris has the split, and it's good against lefties. Is Verlander going to be gone no matter what when Harper comes out? 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1-2.
Same situation as last inning. You monitor it, you go with the matchup, you see where it's at. Harper comes up, no one on. All you do is time the game for home run. And Verlander, you have to trust his savviness and experience on the mound.
1-2 pitch, popped up and backed out of play over the third base dugout into the lower deck. Oh. How'd it go over there?
Not good.
Do you think like they want when people walk in, they give you a test if you can catch or not, or that's how they decide what side you go to?
Okay, guys, at home, I take foul balls and stands seriously, and I love clean catches. That was not a clean catch. The guy then picks it up and starts high-fiving everybody. You don't do that.
Errors on the same play. 1-2 is outside 2-3. That's not a two-base error. That's two separate errors.
That's not why Dusty invented the high-five.
2-1 Astros, bottom 5. Verlander and Hoskins. And the 2-2 pitch is there for strike 3 call. The slider near the outside corner as Hoskins is now 0 for 3.
Yeah, they got to get it going. The Phillies need someone to wake up. If I put out who would have to get it, probably Bryce Harper.
Second time through the orders.
Well, it's been effective because the fastball is throwing it in the zone at the top part, and hitters are having a hard time realizing if the slider's going to be in or out of the zone because you had control and being able to take it out of that quadrant.
So now JT Realmuto 0 for 2. A pop-up and a strikeout, and he takes a slider at the knees. Strike 1 call. Bryce Harper in the on-deck circle right now. Harper has walked in each of his 2 plate appearances.
Verlander's starting to get locked in and 6 strikeout.
A swing and a miss, 0-2. If Verlander gets Realmuto, they could just kind of pitch around Harper again, guys. Yeah. Unintentionally, intentionally walk him and let Verlander face Castellanos.
I think JT's at 13. The Phillies need runs. They need him on base.
The ball's 2 strikes. On the way, and it's down and away for ball 1.
I'm going to disagree with you guys. If he gets Realmuto out, he's going after Harper. You don't walk Harper with 2 outs, especially Castellanos the way that he's hit it the last couple times. You have to go after Harper. The worst thing that can happen is eyeball game. Not good. Go ahead, run and play with 2 outs.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And it's both foul. I'll bet you a mini green Halloween Snickers bar.
You know what? I've got my most valuable possession right now. There's a 13th milk chocolate.
Oh, I'm aware.
I've got a green Snickers.
All right.
Wait, that's it.
That's what I do. Cider you want?
All right.
Mine or Eddie's? Yeah.
I'm seeing you green Snickers and going up a recess.
I think she's up. Here's the 1-2. Close, but not. 2-2.
I wonder if Dakota Gates saw baseball tonight and I broke his weakness down, and instead he gets higher and higher during the season, because that's a borderline pitch right there. Could have gone either way. Brett Muto getting the call in his favor.
2-1 Houston, bottom 5, and the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss to get him. And Verlander has now struck out 4 consecutive batters.
That's what big time pitchers do. You're going to have somebody warming up in the pen. Light a fire on him, and now he's attacking. He's attacking the fastball, the slider. The dominance right here with a complete shift in the infield. Bryce Harper coming up, and guys.
So Verlander stays, and now the next level, the bet that we've got up here, does he go after him or kind of pitch around him? Meanwhile, Buster's the smart one. He took the ball up. We put all the chocolate in the middle, and Buster just took it. Here's the pitch to Harper, and a fastball up, 0-1. Early returns leading Eddie's way.
And Harper gets ahead. Could it be 2? Yup, Tucker making a mistake. Harper's looking 2.
Barely. I think like a C. Make them chase. Make them chase.
Late. You attack early, get ahead.
It doesn't matter who wins the bet. Buster ate all the chocolate, so we're done. Here's the 0-1, and that's up and away.
Way out.
Yeah, way out of the zone. The ball in the strike.
Going after him.
I feel isolated right now.
Yeah. You're on Eddie Island again. A ball and a strike. Verlander at 81 pitches through 4 2/3. Harper in the box.
It's a big spot for Castellanos.
A fastball up above the zone, 1 and 2.
Well above the zone.
But I love those 1 and 2, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
I think we're going to lose this one.
Let's go after him.
Yeah, I think that
My
was
thing was not give him anything in the zone to hit. He hasn't.
Well, he has, and now what he has to do is when he gets the forward, he's going to do something to spike the curveball. Or he throw a curveball in the top part of the zone. Try to freeze him.
a long look into Maldonado now has the sign. And the 1-2 on the way and a fastball inside. They appeal, but he didn't go. 2-2. Now, let me ask you about those inside fastballs. We've seen him mid at bat. And a couple of the bats tonight changed from the fastball up to the fastball in. Do you guys think that's by design or are those misses?
No, I think that's by time. They're consistently been in the entire night on Price.
The 2-2 now. And a fastball lined into right.
Castellanos could be a hero here.
Get that one up as much as he wanted. And now it's kicked around by Tucker. And that will allow Harper to go to second. Tucker, the Gold Glover this year, was on the track. And had he come up with it cleanly on a couple of bounces, Harper would have stopped at first, but he knocked it away from himself. And so that should be a single and an error as Eddie wins the bet and Harper winds up in second.
The mistake, 97 down the middle. He wanted that pitch up, like you've seen Bryce Harper chase out of the zone and hit. Guys, he's lucky with a single, double, whatever it ends up being. And Bryce Harper sitting on second, because that's the pitch he drives out of here. In the middle fastball.
Yeah, but it's the right thing. And oh, by the way, Buster, I'll take the Raptors.
It has been scored a double, and I would think that would have to be changed. Maybe Harper never broke stride. Anyways, he's at second base. Has the tying run with 2 down for Nick Castellanos. Takes one way outside, ball 1.
Let's go Phillies. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll sub.
So Harper's been on.
I'll sub on my other channel too.
And it's getting louder and louder. Neris is looking on from the bullpen. He is ready if needed. Dusty Baker giving Verlander a chance to work through the 5th.
Can he get that dub?
Retired 6 in a row.
It's personal at this point.
Now he misses high, though, 2-0 to Castellanos. Remember the statement from Dusty before the game.
Yeah. Oh wait. I lost the screen. Shit.
For Justin Verlander. He's Justin Verlander. That was the mindset that at least publicly Dusty Baker took into the game tonight. A look back, and the 2-0 and a swing and a miss, and he went with a slider there, 2-1.
All right. Sorry, we're back. I don't know why that happened.
Justin Verlander's fastball that's hitting 97. It's been around 95, 96. The entire game, he's up there. And he knows that he has it in his back pocket, and now's when he's using it.
The Astros up a run, the Phillies batting in the bottom of the fifth. The set and a look back at Harper.
Come on. Oh, foul. Yeah, it's 2-1 in the fifth. Let's see. Pivotal game 5.
Castellanos goes for a little walk up the third baseline. Verlander to the back of the mound, pick up the rosin bag, sweeping the dirt off the rubber as he does so often between pitches. They're playing Castellanos to pull on the infield and on the outfield. McCormick as well in the left center field out. Cap in right center. The crowd getting louder and louder here. 2-2 to count on Castellanos. Doesn't back out of play again.
It is so hard for Nick Castellanos not to swing. I mean, even the first 2 pitches that he took, Dan, I mean, not.
Why? Oh, my box is back in.
The defense is not moving. They're staying put.
Battle rages on between Verlander and Castellanos. Former teammates with the Tigers. The 2-2 is hooked down the left field line, but foul. Maybe 3-4 feet foul away from a hit that would have driven in the tying run.
That was a rare changeup. Verlander right on right. Trying to get a mix and something different. Different look. Castellanos, we've seen him foul off the fastball, the slider away, and the changeup in the hands. Just foul.
He got out of it. Shit.
The ball girl didn't want any part of it.
And now Maldonado to the mound for a conversation with Verlander. Bregman Pena jogging in as well. The crowd reacting with lots of booing. 91 pitches now for Justin Verlander, but he's only given up 1 run, and that was to the first battery base tonight. Kyle Schwarber homered off him in the bottom of the first.
By the way, it was Justin Verlander doing all the talking in that meeting. Adamant with what he wants to do.
In Maldonado, 2 experienced, strong-willed individuals. The 2-2 again, and he wanted to throw a curveball, but he missed way outside for ball 3.
You kind of got to at this point with Castellanos because he's reaching, trying to chase. You don't want to miss over the middle of the plate because of what Castellanos is giving you with all of these foul-offs and misses.
The Phillies have already left 6 men on tonight. There's been a lot of traffic. The 3-2 bounced foul as Castellanos extends the at-bat again.
This has to be the first at-bat all postseason that Nick Castellanos has got him to 10 pitches. Fouled off some tough ones.
Again, this is a very different game than the first 4. This one has been kind of back and forth, tooth and nail throughout, 2-1. Astros leading in the bottom of the 5th. Harper at second, and the 3-2 is hit high in the air to left field, but it is plenty playable. Over towards left center, Alvarez waits and makes the catch, and the inning is over as the Phillies strand their 7th runner of the night. And to 5, and it's the Astros 2 and the Phillies 1. World Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by AutoZone.
Team-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels put their undefeated conference record on the line when they face the Virginia Cavaliers. Coverage begins Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You know, ESPN app, presented by Dr. Pepper.
Radio Barton will tell you who's headed to Houston with the lead in the World Series. And we'll dive into Eagles Texas Thursday Nighter. That's Barton, 12 o'clock Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Pablo Torre, host of the podcast ESPN Daily. Every weekday morning, I will bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, Nick Friedel returns to take us inside the vibes, now surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And spoiler alert, they're bad. So follow and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
Hey, make sure that the volume to the whatchamacallit, the fucking commercials is not on. Pretty good game so far, huh? Two to one in the sixth. I can't believe Verlander actually buckled down after that home run to Schwarber. I was not expecting that. Julian, is Jeff coming in? Your camera's off. Is Jeff coming in?
Can you hear me now? No,
Yes, like Verizon, I can hear you.
I don't think so, Darren. He said he would text me. I haven't seen anything yet.
No problem. What about the other dude? What's his face?
What happened was the first guy had an issue. We had basically two cancellations. Jeff was a maybe, so we got one, thankfully.
Are you good to go though? I mean, you don't have to do this if you don't want to.
No, we'll keep it rolling. I mean, we might as well go all the way through, especially since the first one got botched. So I might as well just go through. Should be able
Can
to
you hear him
now.
now, Sandy?
Let me know. Hello? Let's see.
I can hear you.
I'm sure she'll comment soon. But I think in the beginning my camera was off. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, we're set. Let's see what we can do here. Alvarado's going to have to hold it down.
All right, we got a couple videos up. You seem to get this going. I'm going to dip out. Just make sure the commercials don't play because we will get slammed.
Yeah, I can put it back on now, I guess, since there's.
I'll take one in the behind.
I'll make sure to monitor commercials though for sure.
A slimy chameleon.
Can't believe that was.
All right, brother, have fun.
Let's get this dub, Philly. Hopefully.
Winner of this game wins the series.
Most likely, 70% of the time.
The first pitch from the hard-throwing left-hander was a slider swung on and missed. 0-1, 92 down below the zone. Regularly hits triple digits with his fastball. And a guy who was sent down to the minors back in May, but came back up.
How about the Spanish influence in this series? 14 Astro players, 5 Phillies, and we have another matchup here, Altuve versus Alvarado. And that's really going to be the dictator here of what happens. Let's see. Philly's got to hold it because, I mean, Verlander, do you bring him out for the 6th? I wonder. That's going to be the question. Altuve, 0. He's about to go yard. I just jinxed it.
So it's Altuve, Pena, and Alvarez coming up here in the 6th inning for the Astros. With Houston up a run, each team scored in the first, And then Jeremy Pena homered at the top of the fourth. The set.
They got him.
1-2 on the way.
Actually, safe. He beats it.
I guess a cutter at 94 miles an hour.
This game's going quick.
Altuve stays alive.
Oh wait, no, it's not. My stream got messed up. Never mind. False alarm.
Stuff, of course, but there's the stature, the delivery, the confidence. There's something there, even as he's coming at you with that pitch before it even is released.
He's intimidating.
Very, very intimidating.
Altuve battling though. Again, the 1-2, and it's fouled off again. And that got a piece of real muso. So Altuve will get outside the box, go for a little walk as Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire, checks on the well-being of JT Realmuto.
And you got to be careful because in game one, he took a direct shot to the mask. This time, he uses a Nike mask, and it hits the top part of the mask. And that's actually where you want to get hit if you're a catcher. You don't want to get hit around the jaw area. If you get hit around the jaw area with that mask, it is designed to actually slide off.
250, 353, 368. 1 homer, 2 homers, 1 homer. He's been consistent every series, especially ALCS non.
Pitch coming in this at bat. Again, the 1-2, and again it's a cutter. It misses down and in 2-2.
So it's tough.
Dan, what's interesting about it?
He can't give up any runs here. Pena 2 for 2 on fire.
Horizontally, like a natural cutter, but what we're seeing in this at bat is the depth. The fact that this pitch is down below the zone, this can also go vertical with that pitch.
Altuve just staring out of the mound in the box, waiting for Alvarado to come set. And the big lefty ready to deal. The 2-2 swung on, grounded back up the middle, past the mound, backhanded Segura, throw to first, not in time. Altuve safely across with an infield hit.
I wish it was more in sync. I don't know why it's still behind.
Talk about the defense up the middle.
I could try my phone maybe, see if it's better
With the pitcher,
after the commercial break.
Alvarado falls off towards the third base side. If it's Ranger Suarez, he makes that play easily because he falls directly in fielder's position. As soon as it gets past him, the way and where the defense was, they were playing regular position. There's no way to get Jose Altuve, who gets down the line pretty well.
So now Jeremy Pena having himself a night. Had an RBI single in the first and a solo home run in the fourth. He's now hitting .368, 7 for 19 in the World Series, and he has 9 extra base hits.
And he finally goes down.
Not bad for a rookie. The first pitch here is inside, ball 1. Not bad for anybody. Boy, he just looked, we talked about it, so bear with us, but he looks so calm and so relaxed and so confident, quietly confident in his abilities. The 1-0, and he fouls it off right side, 1-1.
Easy to forget he's a rookie. And of course that happens after the first couple months. You have success, the confidence, all the things that he's had. But here in this postseason, the moments he's already stepped up against the Mariners, 18 innings, a home run to put that game to bed, and what we've seen here in the World Series. Fearless.
Big hole on the right
See what
side.
Yoran does.
Up the middle, and a lob to first by Alvarado. Altuve back easily. Now, he's an older rookie. He's 25. College kid, went to the University of Maine, but still, this is his first year in the major leagues, and he looks like he's been up here 7-8 years already. It's set by Alvarado. He and Altuve in a staring contest. Runner not going, and the 1-1 there for a called strike. 1-2. Hector Neris is back up for the Astros, so he'll be the first reliever into the game tonight for them. A 1-2 count on Pena, with Jordan Alvarez waiting on deck. The set, and the pitch.
We need something to fill in.
The cutter in, 1 down.
That's nasty. 93 miles per hour. Just
I'm going to try to get a better feed on my phone.
Right there, Alvarez is looking middle away. That's the zone that he likes to his barrel, but because it has the late down action, late, that's how he gets the miss.
Let's see. Yeah, they got 4 innings. They can get it done.
Or Scott, the shortstop, backing up into the outfield. He'll make the catch. And Alvarez 0 for 3 now, so he's retired for out number 2.
It doesn't matter. They're both equally behind, unfortunately. The radio's like 2 pitches behind. But at least you get some sign. You get some sign.
They are still down. Houston leading 2-1 top 6.
Some sound.
Bregman comes up. He is 1 for 2, had a double in the 4th. Narrowly missing a home run. Looking down to Gary Pettis.
Yo.
Put away the bright orange shoes, guys.
Yo.
I like the bright orange shoes.
Hello?
I just popped in to make sure. I just got to delete some of the spam that's coming in.
Oh, God.
I know, it's brutal, dude.
Well, I see a lot of sports spam now.
Now ready to go as Bregman tried to check the swing. They appealed, but Alan Porter, the first base ump, says he went around. It's 0-1.
Phillies just got to get a little offense going. Only takes a run, and they're right back in it. That's it. They're right there. Just got to hold them at 2 and get some good at bats. They've had a few chances against Verlander. Now, does Verlander get the 6? I'm going to put that out there. Does he get the 6? Let's see.
Good.
He's at 90 pitches. He could get his first World Series win. Will he finally win a game in the World Series?
I love that it's 100 miles an hour.
I say, my personal opinion, I think the Phillies come back and win this game.
Yeah, it was gonna get fucked up for him somehow. They'll probably go to the bullpen next inning and they'll somehow tie it up.
All right, I'm gonna go rest up. Still dealing with that illness.
Get better, bro. We got 1 game left, maybe, or 2. I guess we'll see.
I know we could use a little break too, actually.
Yeah, well, we have off tomorrow, so there's that.
Fact. All right.
All right.
Oh, perfect. I can actually block these motherfuckers now. Get the fuck these spam bastards. Now I even put them up on the screen. Shit.
Someone ran on the field. Someone tried to scale the left field wall.
They should be shot on sight.
They said at least he didn't get tased. They got him in the warning track.
Unnecessary to say the least, and now we got a big delay. And, it's the Phillies pitcher, Alvarado.
All right, I will be on for the next game, the entire game.
Sounds good. We'll see if we can get some more people in here. See if we can get.
Whoa! Look where that pitch was.
What'd you say?
Look where that pitch was.
Oh shit!
Look on the tracker.
No, I know it was crazy.
That's the highest pitch I've ever seen thrown. That's Aroldis Chapman for you.
And then I think that's right where the fan ran onto the field too, or tried to scale the wall or whatever. This is a huge spot, though. Alvarado's got to get out of this. But I think that situation may mess him up a little bit.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Morning, Dallas. Catch you tomorrow.
2-1 Houston in the top of the 6th. Altuve at first with 2 down. Alvarado back on the rubber. Bregman in the box. Shift on the infield. Straight away in the outfield. And the 1-1.
I don't know if I hit him, actually.
It's past the catcher.
But he's on.
To the backstop. Did it hit Bregman? It did. Bregman is taking off his shin guard. That pitch down and in hit Bregman. So he will go to first. And Altuve to second. And I think it's a natural thing to wonder, did that delay disrupt the rhythm of Jose Alvarado?
Oh, no shit. God, some of the dumbest commentary, man, I swear. Did that delay disrupt the rhythm? Most likely, yeah. Usually, look at the pitch. That's the highest ball I've ever seen thrown. ever.
Oh, we found another spam 88. Fuck. I'm trying to
It's
tell myself.
it's all right. I got him.
Oh no, not, I hate when it shows it.
Yeah, it did. No, I show it by accident when I go to block them.
Yeah, I hit the. Yeah, I guess it's to get the back foot. Here's my most underrated player. It's Kyle Tucker, and I swear if he does damage right now, I'm gonna be beside myself. But it's a lefty situation, so I feel like we're okay here.
All right, Julian, gentlemen, ladies, I will be back for the next game.
Up, game 6 Saturday. Let's do it.
So just think about the delay of the game. Now the hit by pitch, another short delay here with the review. And Alvarado is supposed to now be able to beat against Kyle Tucker who's coming up.
And Sir Anthony Dominguez is now up in the pen for the Phillies. Alvarado to face Kyle Tucker, who has struck out in each of his 2 at-bats.
Got a 1-2 count against my guy Tucker.
Left center field last night. The Astros looking to extend their 1-run lead here in the 6th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Check swing foul off by Tucker on 99 at the knees. It's 0-1.
Oh, and he got him the grounds out. Good stuff, Alvarado. Now let's see if Verlander gets the 6.
Rubs it between his hands, drops it. Back up and steps back into the box. Alvarado immediately comes set. And the 0-1 is outside, a ball and a strike. An infield hit for Altuve to begin the 6th inning. Then Pena struck out. Alvarez.
And let's take an intermission. Breaking news: Justin Verlander can get his first World Series win if the Astros bullpen holds this lead. Alec Baum base hit. Let's go, Philly. Get it going. Verlander ain't winning his first World Series game. Not on their watch. It would be a shame if he lost this win. What a shame it would be. Gotta get it done, Philly. This is the spot.
Ooh, 2-1.
Let's see
I don't see the keys to Will's car yet.
how this goes. All right, so Segura helps him out with swinging and a bad pitch. At a 1-2 counts, Segura's pitching versus Nariz. I love those powder blue jerseys also, but let's turn that ESPN radio back on. What the hell? All right. After this inning, I got a break to get some things set up. Damn, it's a filthy pitch on the outside to get Segura. 2 outs. Now, this is a huge at bat for Brandon Marsh. He's got to come through here and turn the lineup over. Put someone in scoring position. This is where you can get back in front for Philly. And he gets out of it. Oh, no, Mount visit? Oh, no, Braves pitching for is now pitching. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll return. Sorry, everyone. Thought I was back. I'm back now. Marsh gets hit. Abreu puts a runner on scoring position for Kyle Schwarber. And why do I get a nice sense that Kyle Schwarber is going to go yard?
On ESPN Radio with ESPN's Doug Glanville. Reminder, Keyshawn. So a guy like Abreu is coming in. They're looking at he's better against left-handed batters. So each batter is going to have a different circumstance.
Wait, did that even get him?
Play his cards. Play his cards right. 2-1. He's got the lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dan Shulman, Eduardo Perez, Jessica Mendoza. Back to you guys at Citizen Bank Park.
Guys, thank you very much. It is indeed Brian Abreu, probably number 2 in the mind of Dusty Baker if you were ranking who do you use in leverage situations? Ryan Presley is the closer, but Eddie, I think they've got an immense amount of confidence in Brian Abreu, and he has rewarded the faith they have in him by having an outstanding season.
Absolutely. They got confidence in all those guys out there, but they want to put them in positions to succeed, and this is the lane that Abreu can succeed in, and Dusty Baker knows it, and they prepared these pitchers for these situations.
Lots of sliders, 60% overall, and even 50% against lefties. Good fastball, too.
And he gets out. Damn it. 9 outs left for Houston. The Philly bats have gone cold the wrong time. Besides a homer from Schwarber, 15.
Astros 2, Phillies 1, bottom 6. Abreu to set, and his first pitch way down and in, and that hit him. And Marsh will slam the bat down and make his way down to first. Up to second on the play goes Bo.
But I'll say this, he slammed the bat down because he knows who's on deck. It might hurt, and he'll walk gently over to first base, but he understands that Kyle Schwarber now gets an opportunity.
A slider that got him on the left knee, the back knee. And what an opportunity it is for Schwarber. Abreu came on last night and was filthy. He struck out Real Muto, Harper, and Castellanos in order in the bottom of the 7th. But he's in a dangerous spot right now with 2 on and 2 out for Schwarber, who has homered, walked, and struck out. And the first pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1. That was the curveball there at 84. They threw 15 pitches last night. He gathers in the side from Maldonado. Home at second, Marsh at first, and the pitch swung on and hit sharply, but right to Altuve, who throws out Schwarber from shallow right field, and that will end the inning. The Phillies have now left 9 men on through 6, and the Astros still lead 2-1. This is the World.
Well, no, it's not good that they got out of it. It's not. Oh, yeah, not great. But, yeah, I think you meant to put a sad face there or something. But yup, they escaped the jam. Tumble for Diaz. They gotta keep this run here. Uh-oh. Not bad pitch situation. Oh boy. Runner on third, no outs. Almost guarantee it's about to be at least 3-1. Hate to see it. Whoa! Almost hit him. They need now they're gonna get these next two. Also, I think it was so stupid they brought the infield in the first batter of the game. Like, what are you doing? Of course, Pena gets a single right off the joint in infield. Like, it was no outs. You're not cutting out a run and throw with no outs. And to begin the game, especially. Oh, did you not realize that it was the inverse thing? Like, you thought it was Astros got out of it? Oh, yeah. I mean, Phillies got out of it? Yeah, that was a really bad pitch. No, that's not on the catcher. You're right. That was terrible. I didn't fully see it, and then for some reason they were showing JT on the camera, even though it wasn't his fault. Yeah. Oh, get him! Hey, there we go. We might get him in the rundown. You better get that out. Don't mess this up. Oh, come on. Make the play. There it is. Philly, that crowd is fired up. Great job. See ya, Gurriel. Oh, is he going to help out with the trainer? Wow, that's not cool. I meant see as an out, not like that he was. I don't want him to get hurt or anything. I'm sure he's fine though. So McCormick's on second. Oh, no, McCormick's. Yeah, McCormick's on second. Now Maldy's gonna hit. I wonder if they would pinch hit baskets here. Yup. Go base running by McCormick to get the second. Nice baseball play there. All right, Dominguez should just take Maldonado down.
Not a problem with anything that happened other than he is concerned about the well-being of Yuli Gurriel. And now Gurriel is walking with a little bit of assistance as he comes off the field.
I wonder if he took a knee to the head, and that's why the helmet came off, and the knee went straight into the back of Yuli's head.
Oh, shit.
There were a lot of throws. There was a lot of back and forth right there. And we get a look at a replay now.
The left knee got him right behind the head.
After the helmet flew off. I mean, that's the thing. Helmet stays on, but
Did you see that stat I posted about the Astros bullpen?
Basically naked head without the helmet on it to protect him.
So the Astros cannot get the run home. It's 5-2, 6-3 on the put out on the rundown. So McCormick at second on a fielder's choice. 2 down now for Martin Maldonado. And how about if Dominguez can get out of this? With a runner at third, nobody out initially. Maldonado is a swing.
He's out of it. Wow, what a job by Dominguez. That's a huge momentum swing.
If they were down a run right now, you
Wait,
might
no, the
say
what?
Vasquez, in my opinion. But up a run, they're not going to take Maldonado out of the game.
Oh, but the Vasquez thing, yeah. No, they didn't do that. I'm just saying, you check your DM. I sent you a video of them scaling the wall.
And they're on their feet for Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Yeah, huge defense.
You could ever imagine. Time and time again. McCormick, who runs pretty well, is out at second. Here's the 0-2 to Maldonado, and it's taken down and away for ball one.
They were saying if they were down the run, they would have pinch hit it maybe. Which makes sense, but hopefully the Phillies just got to get one. That's all it takes. Get one and walk it off.
It's like they know.
Well, we got 9 outs left. Let's make something happen.
When they ring the bell, when they start again, get going. They've been doing this for a few weeks now. The 1-2 is popped up, back out of play, and it'll wind up in the seats below us. The inning began with a bloop double by Gurriel. He moved to third on a wild pitch, stayed at third on the ground out by Hensley, then caught in a rundown on the fielder's choice, the ground out by McCormick. So McCormick at second, 2 down, and a 1-2 count on Maldonado. Dominguez the set, and the pitch and a swing and a ground ball to short. Charging Stott, lots of time. And he'll make the play to get him and retire the side. The Astros cannot extend the lead. 7th inning stretch in Philadelphia. Astros 2, Phillies 1. This is the World Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by AutoZone.
10th ranked LSU welcomes to 6th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Dr. Pepper. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on your smart speaker.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65
Oh my
or older,
God.
you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continue to
Pray All right, let's see. Hoskins against Abreu. This is Philly. I've been saying it all night, but here in the seventh, with the heart of the line, this would have to make the mark. And they're going to get Montero, Presley. Like, they got to get this going. It's time for Philly to strike. Damn it. 8 outs left. Shit. Shit. The Astros dugout was heated. They didn't get that call, but I don't think he went. I think it was the right call. Yeah, Philly's got to get it going. Oh, get out of play! Get out of play! Shit. 6 more outs. Yeah, this is 6 more. Gotta hope we get something going. Can't believe it. The first you lead off the game with a homer and nothing. Yikes. It's like the Yankees when they just score in the beginning and nothing like that Stan homer and nothing. Same shit. No, Tuve's on with a walk. Now it's the man of the hour, Jeremy Pena. Pena has both RBIs tonight. Another hit for Pena. Altuve's going to third. No outs again, first and third, and I don't see Philly getting out of this one. Dominguez is at 26 pitches. Who would they even go to? He is their last line of defense, basically. Their best pitcher back there. Shit, this is not good. We have a situation. Pena's ridiculous. Oh my god. I got it. All right, another tip for Pena. Shit.